Hello.
Hello, Philippines.
I think we're about ready to go.
Yep, I think so. We'll get started here in just a minute. Just give it a few more seconds to let a few more folks on in. And we'll go ahead and kick this thing off here. But welcome to the LeadMaker webinar, our event, our first event here in the Philippines. We're very excited about it. So just hang tight with us. We're going to get started in just a minute.
Yeah, and we're live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So if you're having any trouble with one of them, feel free to switch over. But hopefully we're coming in nice and clear. Feel free to drop something in the comments if we are coming in nice and clear. That'd be appreciated.
Yeah, if you have questions while we're going through the educational course today a little bit, just feel free to drop in your message, and we'll read those messages and hopefully we'll be able to get through all of the questions later at the end of the session. We look forward to doing that.
Okay.
Let me set up slides.
Okay, ready?
Yes, broadcasting live from Taguig, Philippines. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time today. We're excited to go ahead and kick this off, our very first Philippines 2024, 10x your sales leads for 2024 in the Philippines. So this goes out, this course today or conversation is going to be kind of walking you through a lot of different factors and how you can explode or expand your sales, no matter what type of industry you're in, no matter what type of company you're working with, any industry, it doesn't really matter. This is going to help you in so many different ways. We truly feel that it's going to be a major boost for your company. So let's go ahead and get this kicked off and started. We have Mr. Mark Blackwell on from Sydney, Australia, my partner. And I'm here to help you guys walk you through this here in the Philippines. I've been here in Taguig, Philippines for about 15 years and been working on helping small and medium-sized and enterprise companies grow their businesses, not just here in the Philippines, but all over the world. So let me give you a little background agenda on everything we're going to cover today. We are going to be speaking for about 30 minutes, and then we'll do a little question and answers potentially at the end, depending on your time and the time that we have remaining. So first off, we're going to be going over who is LeadMaker, what do we do, and how can we help you grow your business. The second thing is we're going to talk about the platforms that we use to grow and get leads, get sales leads in the pipeline, close more deals, and make more money. That's the key, right? Number three is going to be the crux of our conversation today, which is LinkedIn, and why LinkedIn in the Philippines is an explosive platform and one of the fastest growing platforms in the world. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. And then number four, how do we create a lead generation system so that you have a pipeline of sales? You know, the biggest thing is going out and trying to keep getting more sales in the pipeline. So no matter what you're selling, if it's real estate, if it's automobiles, if it's software, if it's any kind of technology, if you're a call center or a BPO, it doesn't matter what you sell. The bottom line is you always have to have a pipeline of sales coming in, and we're going to show you how to do that. Okay. And then we're going to show you how to manage it all. Now, everything that we're going to show you today can be done you can do it by yourself. Okay. There are advantages for hiring an agency like LeadMaker, and we'll talk to you a little bit more about those as we progress. So who are we? What do we do? First off, we have offices, as I mentioned, here in Taguig, Philippines, San Francisco, California, and Sydney, Australia. We take businesses to the next level, and we can help 10x your sales growth. Obviously, that's the reason why you're all here. Okay. We've been operating in the Philippines for more than 14 years. We've got more than 1,000 customers worldwide. And we have been helping micro entrepreneurs, sole proprietors, individual salespeople, small to medium-sized businesses, and large corporate enterprises. Basically, anybody that you can think of, we can help you, get more sales in your pipeline. And what do we do and how do we do it? Well, we're going to basically show you, we do lead generation, and we do it better than just about anybody on the planet. We do lead generation and like I said, developing a precise market and target market. And we're going to talk to you specifically about that today. You're going to learn a lot, I think, I hope. So pay attention if you want to write notes. And I think we're recording, so we may be able to pass that out to you when we're done. We also do virtual sales teams and digital marketing. So these are some of the areas that we've focused on over the years, and some of our clients. So we do anything from, and we're not limited to this by any means, but we've done a lot of work in the accounting space, security, BPO call centers, recruitment agencies. If you want to learn how to recruit more or target very specific individuals, business financing, banking, software, IT. We've done solar cells, CCTV, insurance, financial, logistics, FMCG, real estate, manufacturing, construction. That's just to name a few. We've done a whole lot more than that, but that gives you kind of an idea that we're pretty widespread. We kind of stem the globe in terms of different types of industries that we target. And here in the Philippines, specifically, we've been operating, like I said, for 14 years. Some of our clients that we've worked with in the past, Hewlett-Packard, JobStreet, PruLife, Keller Williams, HSBC, Ayala, and a whole bunch more. That just gives you an idea, kind of like where we touch on. And today, obviously there's lots of different platforms to grow your business. And I know some of you who are looking at becoming influencers, the influencer market in the Philippines is exploding. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in a short minute. But you've got everything from Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, you've got WhatsApp, Viber, and Instagram. But today, in our expertise today, is really drilling down on a platform that's very near and dear to our heart today, and that's LinkedIn. We're going to show you a little bit about B2B. Now, you might think, and most people think LinkedIn is a job search platform. You're looking for a job, you're putting your resume out there, you're looking to find a new place to work. Yes, it does that, but LinkedIn is a whole lot more than just a job search platform. You can, I'm just going to tell you right now, I have sold probably nearly 500 million pesos worth of real estate in the Philippines using LinkedIn. So if you're selling real estate, high-end real estate, Ayala, DMCI, Mega World, or whatever, we're going to show you today how you can use LinkedIn to explode your sales in real estate. And most people didn't think they could actually use LinkedIn in that regard, but I'm here today to show you that you can. You want to sell automobiles. One of the top companies that we worked with over the years was a small company called Honda Philippines. And we sold more cars on LinkedIn. Now it's 71,000 followers on LinkedIn than they did with Facebook and some of their other channels. So you can grow your business no matter if it's B2C, but it's also a very good B2B. And that's really the bread and butter of LinkedIn. And we're going to talk a little bit more specifically about that. Now, why LinkedIn? Why Philippines? What does this all mean for you? Well, let's talk about it. When we started this about 5 years ago here in Metro Manila, there were 7 million at that time LinkedIn profiles in the Philippines. Today, right now, there's 12 million active profiles in the Philippines, and it's growing by 1 million profiles every single year. That's 2,739 profiles a day, if you can imagine. That's why LinkedIn says that the Philippines is one of, if not the most explosive market in the world for LinkedIn. And now LinkedIn has nearly 1 billion profiles now. And if you were to search on LinkedIn, you can find more than 130,000 C-suite director level profiles. Okay, so we're going to talk about that, and I'm going to show you how to do this, how to drill down, how to find the right people, and how to reach out to them and kind of utilize that for your skill and bringing them into your business. And so just about every industry is represented here in the Philippines. We'll get into that a little bit. Oops, I think I missed a slide. Let me go back. Okay. Did I miss a slide, Mark? No. Okay. All right. For some reason, going right into this. Here's how we get started then, folks. We have to start by this. So we know LinkedIn's a powerful platform. We know that it's got the right people that you want to target. Okay. And let me just, everybody thinks Facebook. And, there's, I don't know how many, probably 120 million profiles in the Philippines right now on Facebook, but that's not the best place to target certain people. If your market are business owners, executives, CEOs, professionals, you really want to move your marketing into LinkedIn. And we're going to talk about that. We're actually going to drill in and show you how to do that. But the very first thing that you want to do is you want to have the right profile. You want to come across to your target market in a professional manner. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples here of how to have the right type of profile, what things to do, what things not to do, stuff like that. So if you look on the screen, and this might be a good time for you to go ahead and full screen. If you're on a laptop or a PC, if you want to full screen, your image here, so you can see this thing in live mode here. The profile on the left is a profile that about 90% of LinkedIn folks on LinkedIn have. They have kind of maybe put up a profile that they just threw up there where they work, and they didn't really put much information on there. And if you're reaching out to CEO of a company and you're trying to really build you want to really build a relationship and nurture a conversation about your product or services, you want to make sure that you're coming across professionally. So not that Crystal Otis, the one on the left, isn't professional, but I think we can refine it. I think we can make it a little bit better. And if you look at the profile on the right, this is one of our former customers. And you can see that what we did on his profile is we optimized the banner. We included a lot of information in the title. You can see CEO, founder. We put a lot of keywords. There's a lot of keywords that you can do on LinkedIn where it'll help you when people are searching for something specific. It'll help you pull up in the search rankings. And that's really where you want to do that. And you can also put a lot more information in the featured section. If you look down below the kind of the middle area there, you're going to see that you can put videos, you can put articles that you might have written. You want to put some maybe some content, brochures, maybe a company profile, links to your website, your YouTube channel, your Facebook channel, whatever you want to put there, you can put there. And then, of course, you want to build out your about section a little bit more in detail. You want people to basically get to know you a little bit, because once you start your LinkedIn marketing, and if you're doing it the way we're going to teach you, you're literally going to have thousands of people reading your LinkedIn profile, and it's going to start growing very, very rapidly. So we really recommend that you build this out. And if you need some help doing it, we're always here, and we'll put our information in the chat later. And you can contact us and schedule a time for a private discovery call. We're happy to give you kind of a consultation and kind of walk you through kind of some things that we would recommend that you do. Okay. Here's a few of our customers that we work with as well, just to give you a couple ideas of some other ways that we might want to brand your company. In the title of the banner, create customers for life. You only have, what do they say about advertising? You have 2 seconds to make a first impression. So when you see this profile right here with Jefferson Cruz right here in Metro Manila, if you see that smile on his face, and he's wearing that nice bright orange shirt, and he's got that beautiful background, kind of like mimicking the picture, it stands out, doesn't it? It pops, and it kind of draws you in. And that's what you want to have done. That's what you want to see. And again, we'll help you build that out. We'll help you do all that stuff if you need. Or, obviously, if you have a creative department, you guys can do it on your own. Here's one of the ones that we did for our executive sales director named Vince Ortiz. He's also here in the Metro Manila area. And you see how we created that little purple bubble around that profile photo right there? It's a great way to stand that profile picture out. You wear a purple shirt, blue shirt, stands out. It's beautiful branding. That's what you really want to see when you're creating a profile image for yourself and for your team. And remember, if you're a company and you've got, 5, 10, 15, 20 salespeople, you can duplicate that across all of your profiles so that everybody's branded properly. And, the logo, the colors, they start to, people remember colors. They remember logos. They remember branding. So it's really important to stand out and get the right branding in place for your company. Okay. Now, what are we going to do next? Okay. What do you think it is? So we've got your profile. It's all set up. It's ready to go. How do we start marketing this? How do we get this? How do we get your profile out there in the public eye, focusing, targeting the right people? Okay. Well, let me go through that with you here. So step number 2, after we get your profile up, we're going to build a target audience list. Okay. So we need to understand, we need to sit down with you, or you need to tell us who is your audience. Okay. If I'm a real estate broker, and I'm selling for Ayala, I know that I'm targeting people that are probably, earning anywhere from 150,000 pesos a month on up. They're probably C-level directors, OFWs, country managers, CEOs, presidents. They might even be OFWs living in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, United States, Canada, Middle East. It doesn't matter. We're going to show you how to target those contacts no matter where they live. And you might not have known this before this call today, but you can actually target those contacts, anywhere they are, anywhere in the world. And I'm going to show you how to do that here shortly. If you're a small business here, and let's say you're selling a water purification, maybe bottled water, and you want to sell that bottled water service to small businesses like BPOs and call centers and manufacturing firms that, they need to buy water from somewhere, right? We need to build a target audience, the purchasing managers, the directors in those companies that handle those purchasing requirements for those companies. You want to kind of build that target list. And we're going to show you how to do that here in a second. And it brings up a question, and I'm sure you've thought about this before, and some of you might be thinking it right now. Do I need to buy the LinkedIn Premium, or do I need to buy the LinkedIn Sales Navigator to do this? The answer is no. You do not need to have it. It will, obviously, if you have it, there are some benefits to it, but it's costly, okay? The Premium and the Sales Navigator runs around 5,000 pesos per month. And I'm here today to tell you that you really don't have to go that route. There's other ways to do it. And the free profile is perfectly fine for what we're going to talk about today. If by chance you decide to become a LeadMaker customer and you want us to kind of help you drive this machinery and build the leads and just hand over the leads to you, you certainly do not need to have any premium on your profile. Our program, our software, and everything that we do provides the ability for you to get all the benefits of that without having to purchase it. Okay. So I just want to make that clear before we move forward. You do not have to have it. Okay. So let me show you some examples here. Of how we actually go in and build those target lists. So I'm going to share my screen for just a second here. Okay. Bear with me. We're going to switch over, and we're going into LinkedIn now. Okay. Mark, can everybody see my screen?
Yep, we're good.
All right, rock and roll. All right, folks, I'm on Jetta Farrar. She's one of our admin managers here in our company, LeadMaker. I'm actually logged in with her profile. So I'm going to show you some things that you can do on your profile that really stands out. Okay. And again, you can manage companies. You might have a corporate page. We'll talk a little bit about that later. You can join different groups. You can see here that Jetta is part of the FMCG group, the fast moving consumer goods group, the pharma marketing group and advertising group here in the Philippines, the human resources group here in the Philippines, and you can join a ton of groups, the hospitality network. These are going to become very valuable to you in another segment that we're going to do a little bit later. But as you can see here, by joining those groups and by writing and posting content, those millions of people that are part of those groups, just like Facebook, right? Facebook you guys know Facebook has tons of groups. So does LinkedIn, and you can post articles and content, videos, and all the members of those groups can actually see that in their newsfeed, just like what you're looking at right here. Very, very powerful stuff that we're looking at. Not only that, but you can actually host events. And like what you're looking at right now is something that we can actually provide for you. And it's kind of not necessarily part of our program today, but I do want you to know that if you are doing seminars, if you want to have an audience where you want to have 20, 50, 100 people to join your sales presentation or to join your webinar, we can utilize LinkedIn events with your profile, and we can explode your business in that regard. Okay. Now let's go back to what I mentioned earlier. We want to talk about how do you find people? How do you target those people, right? So when I hit the search bar up at the top right here, it's going to give me a list of different things that we want to search for. And we want to start with people, right? So let's click on people. And here you can see this just picks up everybody in the Philippines. Now we want to drill down, right? So the cool thing about LinkedIn, what I love about it, is that you've got 3 different categories. First are the first degree. First degrees are people that your profile is already connected to. So if you're somebody that's been doing LinkedIn for a long time and you've got a large following on LinkedIn, then you can run a first degree campaign. Okay. And what's great about the first degree campaign is those people already know you. They already have some relationship with you. And so it's going to be a lot easier to step in and create a sales process. Now, you don't have to target by first degree. You can target people that are second or third. These are people that are not connected to you. They are connected to your first degree, and your third degrees are connected to your second degrees. Okay, so let's show results, and I'll show you kind of what we pick up here. Oh my goodness, 986 million people pulled up all over the world that are within the LinkedIn stratosphere, if you will. And I want to drill down. I want to target folks in NCR, Metro Manila, and I want to target some folks in Calabarzon, okay? All right. So how many people in Calabarzon and Metro Manila? 5.16 million results. Okay. Now, I want to get into some filters. So now I want you to think about this. Remember hyper-targeting, hyper-focused, targeting people that maybe you have an easy way to communicate with them. Okay, so let's talk about that for just a second. Where did you go to school? You can target folks that went to the same school as you. Why is that important? Well, if I went to De La Salle and I want to target other business owners that went to De La Salle, I might have a small advantage of building the relationships with other De La Salle University members or Ateneo or UP of the Philippines, right? University of the Philippines. So that could be a strategic advantage for you. And so again, I want you just to think about that as we're moving forward. You don't have to do that. That's not something that you need to do. So let's say we want to go after manufacturing firms, okay? Let's say we want to go after food and beverage manufacturing because you've got a product, you're selling a service, maybe you've got a security agency, and you want to have your security agency reach out to the head of HR, who usually makes decisions for security agencies, and also the security director, security manager, and maybe procurement also gets involved. You might even decide, check this out, you might even decide you want to go after CEO. So CEO, I want to go after HR manager. See, and this is a bowling search. So you've got to go manager, space, capital OR, space, procurement. That's a procurement officer, okay? And I'll just leave it like that so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So here you can see I'm in food and beverage manufacturing. If I want to add a couple other industries, let's say I also want to do hospitality, okay? I want to do hospitality because I want to reach out to hotels. Hotels have lots of security guards. And if I want to reach out to other industries, I can do that. You can reach out to as many as you want. And there's the title, and then show results. So now you can see, oh, wow, we've got 650 people that pulled up from my profile, from Jetta's profile, targeting contacts that are 2 and 3 degrees of separation away: hospitality, food manufacturing, HR, procurement, and CEO. And here you can see all the people in the Philippines that are in Calabarzon and Metro Manila that we can now reach out to. Here, look at this, procurement officer for Okada, Manila. Do you guys know how many security guards work for Okada, Manila? 2,000 security guards. Now that'd be a pretty good contract to get, huh? That'd be about a 50 million peso per year contract. How do I know? Well, we happen to own a security agency here in the Philippines. So we kind of know that the numbers would be unbelievable. But that gives you an idea, right? That gives you so now I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna go back to our slideshow, and now I'm going to talk to you about how do you message these people. Okay, so you've got the right profile, you've got the right list. So now what do you do? How do you reach out to these contacts? How do you build those relationships? And this is what LeadMaker does better than anybody else on planet Earth. We've been doing this since the LinkedIn lead marketing system first began. We've been doing this for a long time. So we know exactly how to pull people into conversations, how to nurture relationships, and how to book appointments. And we can do that. We can help you do it, or we can do it for you. You know, obviously you're learning a lot today on some strategies, but if you don't want to do it all by yourself and you want somebody to kind of help you, we're here to do that for you as well. So we're going to create a messaging. The very first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to create a connection request. What does that mean? It means you're going to send a request to all those contacts that we just looked at, and you want to personalize it. You want to make sure to add their first name, like, hey Joe, hey Joyce, hi Raymond, hi Juan. I saw your profile. I'd love to connect with other business professionals here in the Philippines. Something very simple and very short. People do not have time to play games, and they don't have time to get spammed on. Okay, number 2, you can see this here. Create a message flow with common objections and talk paths, and avoid spamming. So now, so many people out there that try to do it by themselves, they do it all wrong, and then they end up kind of giving up because they're doing it wrong. So we want to try to help you avoid that. You know, stay away from the spamming side of things. Build a nurturing relationship. That's going to be a worthwhile long-term relationship. And the next thing is you want to learn how to build a call to action. You've created a connection. Now, how do you bridge the divide? How do you get them from the connection to becoming a customer? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the magic twist that we're going to share with you today. So now here's an example. Here's a great example that my partner Mark put together for us here. A lot of people use the spammy version on the left to make that first connection. So urgent 1,000 positions. It kind of looks scammy. If I were looking at this as a professional, a CEO, the director of marketing, the director of HR, I wouldn't go for something like this. It looks too scammy to me. You know, I get these all the time on my WhatsApp, and I get these things all the time on my text messages, and I just ignore them. I would prefer, if I'm a professional, and remember who you're reaching out to, folks. You're reaching out to presidents and vice presidents and directors and things of that nature. Reach out to them. Thanks for connecting. I'm the recruiting consultant with 10 years experience in the BPO industry. Are you looking for a career change in 2024? So if you're reaching out to try to hire somebody for your recruitment firm, or maybe you're a BPO and you're hiring, we had a BPO that we're working with that we're hiring nurses for jobs in Germany and Austria. And, you don't want to reach out with spammy content. You're targeting nurses and maybe doctors and people that want to work abroad. Well, there's a much more professional way of doing that. And what you're looking at here on the engaging side of it, you want to pull them into a conversation and ask questions. Okay. I'm running over my time a little bit, unfortunately. I gave myself a 30-minute window, but I'm kind of dragging. So not to get too far off into the weeds here, but for those of you that want to do this themselves, okay, you want to build out a reply matrix. So you want to build out message one, because you reach out to somebody one time, you connect. If that's all you ever do, then all you ever have is somebody sitting in your first degree connections. And you're probably not going to convert that into a lead or into a sale. So you need to continue to follow up. So what you're looking at here on the screen are a series of sequential messages that you need to write. Okay, so after you connect, reply back and say, hey, Joyce, thank you so much for the connection. I look forward to reading your posts. I look forward to getting to know you better. And that's it. Don't try to sell them anything further. Maybe a couple, 2, 3, 4 days, maybe a week later, maybe reach back out to Joyce and say, hey, Joyce, I was looking at your profile and I realized you're the procurement officer for Okada, Manila. Well, I'm not sure if you're the right person for me to talk to, but I'd love to, I've got a security agency. I've got a BPO. I've got a manufacturing firm. I'd love to see if we can schedule some time and talk, and maybe we can do some business. So you've laid the foundation. You set you built the connection. You followed up. You're nurturing the conversation, so on and so forth. And that's kind of what we do. We're going to help you do as well. We'll help design those messaging strategies for you. Okay, so just to close this off on the messaging side of things, let's consider that there are good ways to do things, there are bad ways to do things, and there are better ways to do things. So here we can do A/B testing. Okay, if you guys heard that term before, what A/B testing means is that you can send one message with one strategy and you can test it with another strategy. So you can actually have two messages running out, simultaneously, and you can determine very quickly which one's giving you a better result. And again, if you're doing this by yourself, you've got to kind of manage that and kind of propagate that, set that up in spreadsheets and things of that nature. Or you can hire somebody like LeadMaker. We can do all this for you. We can put it into spreadsheets. We can build it all out and give you reports that are going to make a lot more sense analytically for your business to grow. And probably your ROI is going to skyrocket, right? So, and let's consider who we're speaking to. Remember that if we're speaking to a CEO, if that's our target market, it's going to be a little bit different talking to a CEO versus the head of HR or the manager of HR. So you want to make sure that who you're talking to, the messaging is on point. It's very, very important. You guys know that. Again, do not spam, nurture, grow relationships, and ask questions, invite people into the conversation, offer value. And remember that in the world of advertising, you need to keep messaging people over and over. They say a minimum of 4 to 8 messages before you'll even get a reply from somebody one time. And yeah, that's a lot of work if you're trying to do this yourself. But if you hire us to do it for you, you don't have to worry about it. It's all done. It's a done for you program. Okay. And I hate harping on that, but it's the truth. It is what it is. So how do we pitch? What's the call to action? How do we turn this into a sale? Very simple. After 2 or 3 or 4 nurturing messages, we've built the relationship, we've established the contacts. Okay, now what we're going to try to do is we're going to lay the foundation. You might ask a question like the one you're looking at right here. Hey Juan, what kind of challenges are you seeing in your business? You might already know because maybe your business already understands the pain points that type of company has, right? Let's say you're selling a software, and you know that your software can make life a whole lot easier for that business because it can automate their business. It can build a CRM. It can do all of these things for them technically. So by asking that question, you already know the answer, but you ask that question because you're setting the foundation for the follow-up messages, right? Or maybe it's, hey, the Philippine economy is set to explode. Are you positioned to take advantage of that growth? Or maybe you're selling real estate. You might ask, hey, by chance, did you invest in any local real estate before the boom happened? And you might say, hey, that boom was just nearly the tip of the iceberg. The Philippines is getting ready to explode. And I'm talking about, we're talking about hundreds of % of growth in the market due to the new Marcos regime that's exploding. And it's really, the economy is on target to move incredible numbers over the next 6 years, which I'm excited about. I've been living here for 15 years, and man, I've never been as excited as I am right now in the Philippines. And remember, you're not limited to just Philippines. If you want to market this, LinkedIn is in 200 countries around the world. So if you want to market this in Singapore, Hong Kong, or wherever, we're going to teach you how to do that, or you can do that very, very easily. We'll show you how to do it. So what do every great company have in common that they use? They call their gold. It's their database, right? Remember, like if I'm, ABS-CBN or the GMA network or whatever, their gold, or the Globe or Smart, their gold is their network, right? That's their customer base. That's their database. Well, your database are your connections on LinkedIn. They're your connections on Facebook. They're your connections on YouTube or whatever your channel of building is. So the great thing about what we offer and what we do is we help you build an incredible database, okay? So, or you can do it yourself. Of course, every connection that you make on LinkedIn becomes a database. Every connection from LinkedIn, they allow you to get their name, their email address, and in many cases, maybe 50 to 60% of the time, you can even get their phone number. So what does that mean for you? It means omni-channel marketing. Have you guys heard the term omni-channel marketing? Omni-channel is great because you can reach people not just through LinkedIn, but you can put that information into an email thread, an email campaign. You can put it into a text campaign, a WhatsApp campaign, a Viber campaign, whatever you need, whatever you do, whatever you want, you can actually create that. Okay, and we'll help you do that. That's part of what we do here at LeadMaker. And over the next screen, if you're looking on it, this is kind of what we do for our customers. We build you a spreadsheet that's updated every single day with all your connections on LinkedIn, their companies, their titles, their locations, their emails, their phone numbers, all the stuff that I just mentioned. You've got their hyperlink into their LinkedIn profile, conversations that you've had with that person. It's all stored on one Google document that's a living document. It's updated in real time every single day. And we do all this work for you, okay? It's really incredible. And that becomes your gold mine. That becomes a gold mine for you. Okay, so let me just, last few things before we close up here. There are lots of different ways to grow your LinkedIn network. I'm just going to share this with you. Obviously, you can do it the way we're doing it, where you're establishing and building hundreds, if not thousands of connections every month. You can also invite all those connections to your corporate page. So if you're a big company or you're managing somebody's company on LinkedIn, you can, every one of those connections that you make on your LinkedIn profile, you can invite them to follow your corporate LinkedIn page. That's kind of one of the reasons why we grew 70,000 connections to some very prominent Philippine company on LinkedIn. It's one of the ways you can do that right here. Inviting people to follow your corporate page. You can join those groups. Remember I showed you earlier how Jetta she joined the FMCG group. She joined the hospitality of the Philippines group. Now, every time you create a post or write some content, all those members nationwide or worldwide will read those posts. Will be coming up on the Institute. So you can also post content regularly. We recommend to do at least one post per week. And you can engage with your audience, and that means by commenting and posting on their comments and, happy birthday and things of that nature. That stuff adds a lot of value. Okay, last but not least here, how many people have ever thought about becoming an influencer? If you're on YouTube right now, you can see all these influencers making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month on YouTube, and they are really making a lot of money. In fact, that's one of the reasons why BIR is starting to go after people, because they're making so much money. Before they weren't being taxed. But now, guess what? Through LinkedIn, you can use all your LinkedIn influence, the power of the machinery of LinkedIn, to push all those contacts over into your sales pipeline and build your followers across all platforms, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or whatever you might want to do. And you can use this to create multiple streams of income. I always tell that to my clients is, you got to have more ways than one of making money. So last but not least, and I probably should have shared this near the beginning, but we're an agency. LeadMaker is an agency that really specializes on LinkedIn lead generation. So all the stuff that we talked about, we do for you, or we can do for you if you like. It's inexpensive, okay? We're not going to get into prices today. We're happy to have a discovery call, consultation privately, walk you through it, see what's best for your company, what's going to be the best fit for you, and see if LinkedIn really is a strategy that can work. We'll let you know. You'll know within 15 minutes. But obviously, if you hire a company like ours, you're going to get the best, most experienced messaging strategy that's going to get you the best return on investment. 2, we're going to give you a profile. We're going to optimize and manage your profile in such a way that it's professional and it's going to drive results. 3, you don't need to buy premium or link. You don't have to spend any extra money on LinkedIn doing Sales Navigator. We can give it all to you for free. 4, LeadMaker is the largest data repository in the Philippines. We've been around for more than 14 years, and we can hyper target better than LinkedIn can do. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're in the automotive industry, and you know how people say, well, if somebody buys a Honda, if those people that buy Hondas, they typically also buy skateboards. It's kind of weird, but there's a way for us to hyper target on having a specific database that we can utilize for your business. I'll give you an example. If you're selling Mega World property and we have a database of 100,000 condo investors or real estate investors, and you want to target real estate investors living in Dubai, I'm talking about Pinoy immigrants living in America, Canada, Europe, don't matter where. We can help you expand that target contact database using your LinkedIn profile, reaching to a very specific segment of the market, okay? And we can get into that stuff later. Today is not the time to do that. Unfortunately, I've really gone over my time today, but we're also going to build for you a done-for-you package, and we're going to get you that database. Remember that database I showed you? We're going to give that to you every month as we're building up more and more connections. So very, very powerful. So what do we do next? How do we do it? I know we're going to probably have some questions if there are questions, but Walt Disney once said the best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. So hopefully today you've learned some stuff, and maybe you want to take it to the next level. You want to 10x your growth, get a hold of us. We're happy. We're really happy to meet with you privately and do a consultation. Mark, do you have any last words that you want to share to the group?
Well, there is a question which I can display here. Perhaps you would like to answer that one live for us.
How long does it take to see good results? Well, you're actually going to start seeing results within 24 to 48 hours. Once you start the process with us, and once we've kind of refined the profile, the targeting, the messaging, it doesn't take long. 24, 48 hours, you start to get results coming in. Within 1 week, you start getting lots of conversations flowing in your back end, in your inbox. And one of the cool things about the LeadMaker process is that you'll actually have your own personal assistant. So somebody from our team here in Manila that's actually jumping in and helping you manage those conversations for you, pushing those conversations up to the point where the person's actually interested in moving forward. Maybe they're asking for an appointment. They want to schedule a presentation. They want to get a company profile from you. So we become your outsourced marketing team. So it's really cool. And we just hand you over the conversations on a silver platter. So that's kind of one thing how it works. It's pretty easy, pretty fast.
Yep, that was the only question. So I guess we'll leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us. The link's at the bottom there if you did want to contact us, if you wanted to book an appointment. We don't bite. You can see we're very friendly. We'll jump on with you. We can discuss. We can have a look what you're currently doing. Don't be shy. Jump on with us. We're going to start doing more of these webinars. So hopefully you enjoy. Hopefully join the next one. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Thank you very much.
Have a great
See you
day.
later.